Samsung might be making the same mistake all over again. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. While the company keeps chasing Apple with camera tricks and AI features, a smaller brand most people barely talk about may have already figured out what the next great smartphone feature actually is. And honestly, it's such a smart idea that the Galaxy S27 Ultra should probably steal it immediately. The feature comes from RedMagic, the gaming-focused smartphone company. Its latest phones, the RedMagic 11 Pro and 11 Air, include hidden capacitive trigger buttons built directly into the frame of the phone. At first glance, you don't even notice them. They sit perfectly flush against the sides, almost invisible. But the moment you rotate the phone into landscape mode for gaming, those touch-sensitive areas become shoulder triggers, kind of like the buttons on a gaming controller. And the cool part is that they're customizable. You can map them to almost any on-screen action you want. Shooting, aiming, drifting, jumping, whatever works best for the game you're playing. Now, on paper, that might sound like a niche gaming feature, but I actually think it points to a much bigger problem with Samsung's current strategy. For the last few years, Samsung has been trying really hard to make the Galaxy S Ultra line appeal to everyone. Better cameras, more AI tools, polished design, productivity features, basically trying to become the ultimate all-around smartphone. And yes, Samsung does that well, but there's one issue. Apple already dominates that mainstream flagship space. Samsung used to stand out differently. Older Galaxy phones felt like devices made for enthusiasts and power users, people who wanted extra features, more customization, more freedom, and hardware that felt experimental in a good way. That identity made Samsung exciting. But lately, it feels like the company is playing it safe. That's why this RedMagic idea matters more than it seems. Mobile gaming is not some tiny side category anymore. It's massive now, and it keeps growing. We're also reaching a point where smartphones are powerful enough to run games that would have seemed impossible a few years ago. Between Android emulators, cloud gaming, and tools like Winlator bringing PC-style gaming experiences onto phones, hardware controls suddenly matter a lot more. Touchscreen gaming still works, but physical-style inputs instantly make games feel more precise and immersive, especially shooters. Anyone who has tried playing a fast-paced FPS game entirely on glass knows how awkward it can get. And Samsung is already halfway there anyway. The Galaxy S Ultra phones already include some of the strongest gaming hardware on the market. Exclusive Snapdragon for Galaxy chips, huge vapor chamber cooling systems, giant high refresh rate displays. Samsung clearly understands performance. The upcoming Galaxy S27 Ultra is rumored to push even further with a custom Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro chip built on a 2-nanometer process. That sounds like serious gaming hardware. There are also rumors about a new ISOCELL sensor with better dynamic range, possibly even variable aperture returning for the camera system, plus a larger battery. On paper, the Galaxy S27 Ultra already sounds like a monster phone. But here's the thing, all of those upgrades feel expected now. Better camera? Expected. Faster chip? Definitely expected. More AI? Definitely expected. None of it really feels bold anymore. That's why adding discrete trigger buttons could actually change the conversation around the Galaxy S lineup. It would give Samsung something unique that genuinely improves real-world usage, instead of just boosting benchmark scores or adding another AI feature people forget about after a week. And the best part is that RedMagic already proved this can be done tastefully. When most people hear gaming phone, they picture giant RGB lights, aggressive shapes, and designs that look like a spaceship exploded. But the RedMagic 11 Air apparently handles this in a surprisingly elegant way. The trigger zones blend directly into the chassis. If you didn't know they existed, you probably wouldn't even notice them. That's exactly the kind of implementation Samsung could perfect. Imagine a Galaxy S27 Ultra that keeps its premium design while quietly including hidden gaming controls for people who want them. That feels very Samsung. It adds functionality without ruining the clean look. And honestly, Samsung could even expand the feature beyond gaming. Those triggers could double as camera shutter buttons, zoom controls, or shortcuts for productivity apps. Suddenly, it becomes a multi-purpose hardware feature, instead of just a gaming gimmick. Apple already made its choice with the iPhone 16 lineup by introducing the camera control button aimed at photographers. Whether people love it or not, at least it feels like Apple picked a lane and committed to a specific user experience. Samsung needs something similar, because right now it feels like the company is constantly reacting instead of leading, and that's dangerous when competitors are getting more experimental and more focused. The funny thing is, the audience for this already exists inside Samsung's own customer base. A lot of mobile gamers already buy Ultra phones because of the performance, giant displays, and cooling systems. Samsung just hasn't fully embraced them yet. Adding customizable trigger buttons would send a message that Samsung still cares about enthusiasts and power users again. And honestly, it would make the Galaxy S27 Ultra feel exciting in a way that another camera upgrade probably won't. RedMagic figured out that smartphones can still surprise people with smart hardware ideas, instead of just AI features and spec bumps. Now, the real question is whether Samsung is willing to take that same risk or keep playing Apple's game forever. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.